right now we have $12,000 in sales.
Oh! Your consumer doesn't seem to be loving this thus far, or doesn't see the need.
No, I think what it is, and why I'm here, is because I really wanted to build the manufacturing, make sure that we had all our nuts and bolts before we kind of started promoting.
Before you prove demand, that's the reverse order of what should happen here.
Well,
because you're asking me for 1.5 million valuation, 150,000, 10%, and all you got is 12,000 in sales. I don't know if anybody really wants Plopstar.
$12,000. This is the #1 reason why so many entrepreneurs get kicked off the stage or laughed off the stage and don't get a deal. Well, they don't know their numbers, #1, but #2, more importantly, is they over-evaluate their business. Every entrepreneur thinks that their baby is prettier than any else's baby. I mean, how many times have you seen new parents who are like, oh, my baby is so pretty, so pretty. Well, entrepreneurs think the same thing about their invention or their business, and they always escalate, over-evaluate their company. $12,000 in sales, and he wants $1.5 million valuation. He's not going to get a deal at that. So before you go on Shark Tank, you need to make sure that you are realistic on your valuation. Hello, my fellow entrepreneurs. I'm Michelle Seiler Tucker. I have been in mergers and acquisitions, specializing in buying, selling, fixing, and growing businesses for the last 23 years. In fact, we've even helped Shark Tank prospective candidates get ready to go on Shark Tank. I'm so excited that we're actually going to dive in and react to a really exciting episode on Shark Tank called Plopstar. We're going to talk about Plopstar today, so get ready. Buckle your seatbelt. It's going to be a fun and exciting ride.
Next up is a convenient and discreet solution to an embarrassing problem.
Oh, wow. The entrance on the throne.
Oh, my gosh.
Now listen, my fellow entrepreneurs, you always want to make a grand entrance. No matter what you're selling, you can make it unique. I always say sell the sizzle. Make it just something that's going to stand out above everybody else. I love this. He comes in on a portable toilet. What's more unique than that? So always think about your entrance. Look, you got 3 seconds to make a great first impression. These are a great 3 seconds for him. Well done.
The entrance on the throne.
Oh, my gosh.
Game of Thrones.
hello, Sharks. I'm Tyler J., and I'm seeking $150,000 for a 10% stake in my company, Plopstar. Sharks, I know we just met, but I want to talk to you about how you poop. Like a lot of people, if I wasn't in the privacy of my own home, I wasn't comfortable going #2 because of the smell I might leave behind. Traditional bathroom aerosols just mask the stench, leaving a sticky film behind and a bathroom that smells like a stinky rose garden.
There's no roses about it. It stinks, it stinks. There's no roses here.
And all these new drops and sprays used before going #2 are cumbersome, leaking a purse in a pant pocket. So I invented, wait for it, Plopstar, the world's most discreet and portable toilet odor eliminator. Each Plopstar tablet is individually wrapped for ideal portability. So how does Plopstar work? Just gently drop 1 tablet in the bowl before your performance. Wait a few seconds before taking a seat. Plopstar starts dissolving instantly, releasing a buffer of essential oils on the surface of the water that block bathroom odors before they begin. So Sharks, which one of you wants to partner with us and start a movement?
Okay, you always need a better tagline. Like I said, we help people get ready for Shark Tank. You want a much better tagline than who wants to be part of this movement.
When the excrement goes below the surface,
geez.
the odorous gases are trapped underneath the oil film surface. Is
That
that
is
the
correct.
idea?
Can I pass out some samples really
Yes,
quick?
we'd like to see
Yes,
this.
samples, please.
Yes.
Oh, you're bringing us water. We can all plop.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Are there different flavors or just one plopper?
There's just 1 plopper so far.
We just go ahead, plop it in?
Yeah, plop it in. Give it a drop.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Plop, plop.
Welcome.
Like we're in the laboratory.
Let's see what that's...
Oh, it smells good.
Yeah, it smells like the vitamin C tablet.
It smells refreshing.
Yeah.
There are several things that I know. One, I'm a man who likes to leave his mark.
Unbelievable.
Oh, no.
Typical man.
I worked at large advertising firms, and 5 years ago, I actually started my own production company. Been incredibly successful. I do broadcast spots for large corporations, advertising, PR, and also direct to tech firms. And I wanted to create a product, something that I could create the content for that looks super professional at a cheap rate. And I kind of had my aha moment a couple years ago. And my little daughter, she loves making bath bombs. And I was like, wow, this would be the perfect form factor.
That makes sense.
So that was my big aha moment. There is an 800-pound gorilla in this market. I guess I'll say it's Poopery.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and it's a $300 million brand. They did $56.5 million. It's a growing category.
The convenience of not having to carry a bottle. It's innovative. And listen, a Squatty Potty is my investment.
Correct.
And everybody laughed at little stool that helps you
I
poop.
believe in toilet and portfolio.
But they have just hit 160 million in sales, 5 million Squatty Potties sold. So, you know, this could potentially fit within my family of entrepreneurs in the Squatty Potty.
What you've created here is interesting. I think that you've made the form factor convenient, and I don't think that the target audience for you is B2C and consumers. Because when people go to other bathrooms, there's a mindset that's absolutely bizarre. They have no respect. So you kind of need to target a business-to-business model.
Okay, so here I completely and totally disagree. It's very difficult for business owners to get staff to comply and do their job as it is. The number one complaint that all business owners have is employees, getting them to do what needs to be done. And if you're going to have somebody who cleans the bathrooms and takes care of the bathrooms and all these different establishments, leave this poop pill, I'm going to call it a poop pill or a poop drop. And if they leave that in the bathrooms, that's not going to happen. Employees are not going to do that. It takes business owners cannot rely upon employees to do that consistently every time. So I disagree with the philosophy that this should be B2B.
People who are working in hotels or public restrooms are like, I can drop this every time because it's the guy before and after me that destroys the place.
But don't you think it's a little bit expensive to sell the businesses?
That's the problem right there.
Because it is pricey. I mean, they like industrial, big, huge gallons of things and, you know, the cheapest can be because they're just pouring it down a toilet and they don't care.
Yes.
The B2B model, I don't believe is going to work, not for a second. But here's what we see again and again on Shark Tank, which always disturbs me. It's your approach to business, right? I see you as a cautious, respectful, intellectual guy, very bright, assessing, analyzing, figuring out how you're going to do it. You get it right. You're going to get all the pieces in place. But you forgot to take it out to market and see if there's even a demand there. I don't believe there's a demand for this product.
Amen, Barbara. Amen. That's the number one thing that all entrepreneurs should do is take things to market. Everybody's heard of Kevin Harrington. He's one of the original sharks on Shark Tank. And that's what he specializes in doing is testing the market. He'll get an idea. He'll get an idea like this poop plop, I'm going to call it. He'll go out to market. He'll test it on Facebook. He'll do an A, B, C split test. He'll determine if it's a viable product or not. Everybody comes up with these inventions, but nobody goes to market to see if they even have a product. Sometimes the best thing to do is go test the market first with what you're thinking of without giving it too much details before you get that patent. But it's important to test the market first before you spend so much money in development. Is there a market there? Now, yes, with poopery, there's a market for poopery, but are we all going to carry around these little tablets and remember to bring them into the bathroom, plop them in the toilet so our poop smells good? Are we? Are we going to rely upon people who work in the bathrooms at hotels and restaurants and all these places? Are they going to put these in the bathroom? No. It's so funny because I forget the name of his company. It's right on his shirt. I call it a poop pill, Plopstar. Do you like that?
You should flush it down the friggin' toilet. I'm not kidding. This is going nowhere. This is going to be a 0. Plopstar sucks. I'm out.
Now, is Plopstar a 0? The sharks can give great advice, but they're not always spot on. So it's really important to not get discouraged. If you're on the stage and you're in front of the sharks and you're pitching your dream and vision, your dream vision, your dream business, it's important. Listen to the words, listen to what they say, take the feedback, implement many of the things that they say, but don't let it discourage you. Because this company, they have $12,000 in sales on stage. I'm going to tell you where they ended up after the Shark Tank episode, so stay tuned for that.
Bad idea.
Tyler, listen, there's a lot of competition in this area, so I just don't feel it's investable for me, so I'm out.
You're out. Well, can I just tell you, I have a 10 and 8-year-old, and I love them. I've been working relentlessly after hours to make this work. And like my son, he just goes, Dad, this is so cool that you're building something that's physically tangible and bringing it to market.
I actually quite like your idea, by the way.
Wow.
What you've created here is interesting, but where I struggle is you don't have a game plan. I feel if I give you that 150,
Can I tell you what I do?
you're gonna flush it because there's no plan behind it.
I do have a plan, and it's B2B. It's the omni-channel, making sure if we could get into retail.
You see, but that's not a plan. So
No,
my,
no, no, I
it's
was
right
saying no.
there. Look, I love your energy, but you said I want to go B2B, great, and then, oh, and omni-channel and retail.
So with
it's
the B2B
too many ands. I'm sorry, but I'm out.
So when you're going into business, starting your business, going to the Shark Tank, you want to be crystal clear what your plan is. You know, there's a great book out there by Keller Williams called The One Thing. You need to come up with that one thing, what your vision is, what your plan is for your business, for distribution, who's your ideal client, what's your customer acquisition cost going to be. You really need to know your vision, and you need to have a specific plan for that vision, and you need to have that target audience first, because you can't be everything to everybody, and you can't do all three at the same time. And all three might not even be your ideal client. So you really have to study your competition. What are they doing? How are they doing it? Where do they start? Nobody starts out with 3 different markets, 3 different segments, 3 different verticals that they're trying to appeal to. Find that one thing.
All right.
Plopstar, it's over.
All
Take it
guys,
behind the
thank
barn.
you so very much.
Good luck.
Take care.
Tyler.
Thank you.
Tyler, do the right thing.
You're riding back out on that?
You guys have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Congrats, Tyler. Good luck.
He's coming in and going out. It's the best part.
So here's a great entrance and a great exit. You always want to plan that exit, my folks. You all should check out my book, Exit Rich, Plan That Exit. All right, let's recap real quick. What did he do well? What does he really need to work on? Well, in my opinion, he had a great entrance. I would like him to work a little bit on his slogan. I don't think it was catchy. He could have been more excited. He could have more enthusiasm about what he does. I do like the story that he told about his daughter making bath bombs. I think that was very impressive. You always want to lead with the story. How did you get here? How did you come up with this idea? What inspired you? That's very important. His valuation was way off mark. $1.5 million for a company that's got $12,000 in revenues. Listen, folks. Listen, my fellow entrepreneurs. Buyers, investors are not going to pay you for potential. They're going to pay you for what you have today, what your sales are today. Yes, they'll consider proprietary assets. Yes, they'll consider those patents, trademarks, copyrights, etc. IP drives value, but it doesn't take you from $12,000 in revenue to be worth $1.5 million. That's where he got eaten alive. That's where most entrepreneurs on the Shark Tank stage, that's where they lose it. That's where they die. That's where they get crushed. So it's really important to know your valuation. Also, in my opinion, it's not something I would invest in either, because I can't see myself using it. You know, men like to make their marks, like Mark Cuban said, which can be disgusting. You know, and women, I think, are a little bit more, oh, I don't want that. You know, I don't want to stink up the room. There's other women in here, I know. But I could never see myself carrying something like that. Could you carry a poop pill all day long and plop it in the toilet? Sometimes you don't even know if you're going when you're in there. The other thing is he didn't get discouraged. He kept on going. He kept his business going. In 2024, he's at $2 million in revenue. $2 million in revenue. So he went from 12,000 to 2 million. So what's the name of the game? What's the end of the story here? What's the most important lesson? Keep going. Don't let the words of other critics shape you. Don't let them control your destiny. He didn't. He kept going. He believed in his dream, and he's got $2 million in revenue. A lot of entrepreneurs can't say that. So I give him kudos for that he continued to run his business and grow his company. Now, there are times where I'll look at an entrepreneur and say, oh, time out. We got to stop. We got to restart these engines. We got to start over. But for him, I find it encouraging that he was able to grow that business and keep the American dream alive and well. Thank you so much for listening to me critique the episode about the Plopstar on Shark Tank. I would love to critique your favorite episode or maybe help you get on the Shark Tank. So drop in the comments if you would like me to critique one of your shows, or if you would like to get help getting on Shark Tank, drop that comment in too. Thank you. And until our next Shark Tank review, I'll see you then, my fellow entrepreneurs.